Okay. So can you guys see the detail? Let me see if I move. Which way? I'm trying to figure out which way to move them. That, oh, this way. Is that better? Yeah. Like way better? Oh, now I can use Mrs. Ritter's thing to see where, okay, hold on. Yeah, keep that there. And then, wait. All right, I'm going to leave well enough alone right now. Okay, so I'm going to try to zoom in. Let's zoom in on this one. Nope, this one. My brain is going topsy-turvy sideways right now. This is the smaller one. So are they the same size? No. Slightly different? Yeah. Not by a lot. Okay. So do you want to look at the bigger one or the smaller one? Bigger one? Okay. I think, is this one the bigger one? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what can I already see? What, to me, there's something that is like super standing out to me that I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's already formed. The feet? You guys see the hooves? So you can already see the two toes, and even that in the back, you can already see that back toe. I never knew that. That's so like that's super cool. All right. So we have the umbilical cord is still stuck on. Yeah. Its eyes aren't developed yet. You have, what is this? The ear. And then we have the mouth and the nose. So let's see if I can open. The mouth can open. And it has, what's in there? Do you guys see it? The tongue is in there. Okay, so that's already formed. Oh, look at that. It's got what? A tail. Is that how long we think of sheep tails to be? Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put it dorsal. Its umbilical cord's there. It still has some, I'm going to try to wipe that tissue off. Do you guys think we'll be able to tell the sex of it yet? Probably not. I don't think so either, but let's find out. So then, you guys, okay, I'm like, you can see what I'm doing. All right. So there's something right here. Can you guys see that? Well, first, get away, tail. Whoop. Do you see that little weird, not weird, but that elongated, see that elongated piece right there? So in my brain, that's where a penis would be. So I'm going to check the other fetus. I feel like it's more an embryo at this point still because it's still so non-developed, but it's a fetus. So I'm going to check the other one and see if it has that same line right there. Also, as I'm looking, there's like a little bump and another little bump. So I don't know if those are testicles or not. So let's get the other fetus. Should I cut off the umbilical cord? No. Mendoza says yes. Okay. All right. I'm like, and you guys gotta help me out because again, I don't know where I'm going at. All right, so here it has that same little divot. But I don't know, because this is so undeveloped. I'm not going to make a guess of whether or not it's a female or a male. But there is something right there. So I would think that that's going to be its reproductive organ. I just don't know if it's going to turn female or male. All right. Do you want me to dissect one of the fetuses? Okay. All right, this was a smaller one. Similarities, differences? Are they pretty much developed at the same rate, just different sizes?
You can't see the other one.
You can't? Okay, thank you. Okay. So, eyes, ears, is one more developed than the other? Or are they like roughly similar development, just different body size? Okay. Similar, different size. Okay. Now notice how much darker it is up in the head than the abdomen. Throw your hand up, give me some guesses. Why do we think that it's so much darker up in the head than it is in the abdomen? Why do we think that? Why do we think that? Why might it be darker up in the head than it is in the abdomen? Elena?
Maybe there's less blood going to the organs because they don't need them yet.
Okay, so less blood going in the organs because they don't need them yet. Will we buy that? Does that sound like a pretty good reason? Yeah, because what are we trying to develop in the head? Brain. And that brain then is going to assist in everything else. Cool. All right. So now, Mrs. Ritter, will you pull out like, I don't know, 3 of each type of needle? Don't hurt yourself. Thank you.
Hmm?
Okay. All right, we can't see anything, right? Okay. This is bigger. All right, and then I'm gonna use. Okay. So I'm going to go down the center and I'm going to use my needles to hold his little foot down. Okay. Can you guys still see the bottom legs? Or not really?
Yeah.
Whoops, sorry. So, do you think his heart's going to be developed yet? Or its heart, rather?
Yeah.
Yes, no, maybe so? Okay. We already have a mouth that has a tongue in it. So I'm making the medial incision and then I'm going to go across on the sides. So that way I can kind of pull the skin off or it away. So it's like I'm trying to not, like I'm making sure that I'm not too forceful because I don't want to rip everything. But I need to be forceful enough, right, that I'm actually doing something. All right. So what do we have? What organ is that center one? It's in my thorax or abdomen? Closer, is it cranial, caudal, closer to the head, closer to the tail? This one. What do we think that is? What shape is it similar to? Heart? I have 1 vote for heart. How many votes for lungs? Anybody else vote for heart?
I think the lungs are underneath.
Does it even have lungs yet? Does it need to breathe air yet? No. But does it need to get its blood throughout its system? Absolutely. So this, 100% yes, is its heart. That's its heart. This might, nope, that's still part of the top flap. There might be lungs under there. There they are. Can you see? Yeah, you can. So see that little darker texture that almost looks like a lobe? Here, needle. Needle. Trying to, here. This right here, that is the lung. That part. You guys all see that? Thumbs up if you can see it. Okay. Mendoza, yeah? Okay, cool. So that's the lung, that's the heart. What about this? What is this supposed to be? So if the top part is the thorax, what's this bottom half? What cavity? When we think of the what?
Abdominal.
Abdominal cavity. Okay. So what would I expect in here? What should I see in the abdominal cavity? What organs? Yeah, Gwen. The intestines. Do I have intestines in here? Not squiggly squaggly ones like I should. So because that's still all just hard. So that doesn't have its intestines yet like you and I think of intestines. Because is it processing like hard foods yet? Nope. It's still getting all of its nutrition through blood. So that's where all that nutrition's still coming from for the fetus.
Is like the bones, does it like bend like cartilage or is it hard?
Nope, bones aren't hard yet. So you can even just see like the foot. Can you see me in the foot yet? Here, hold on. See, like I can totally bend that. Boop, boop. So yeah, no, there's not. Fetuses? No, there's no bones. So it's just the kind of makings of it. The cells are there, right? But it's not hardening yet. Even with the skull. So see how fleshy? You guys can see how it's pushing into it. All right, so that's the abdominal cavity. Let's go into the cranial. So we already saw its mouth. It has its tongue. And it opens, which I think is super fascinating. So you can still see that. Okay. So now I'm going to flip it. And then, I don't know if you can see, so I'm putting the needles all back. Like I'm poking the needles into this so that way they don't accidentally poke me. Okay. All right. So as I sliced, a whole bunch of liquid just came out of it. Can you still see that okay? Can you see it a little bit better without the sheen? Or do you want me to turn the light back on it? Better now or before? The light? So I sliced into it a little bit, but can you see that? The rivets? What do you think all those little lines are?
Spine.
Right, so that's the start of its vertebra. Did I have any ribs? Not yet. Now, with all the different like observations that we're making, we should be able to identify the age of this fetus. Because at different points of, it's at different points of development. And so you can predict that. And all your fetuses will grow at similar intervals. So by week 1, you would expect X, Y, and Z to be developed. By week 2, the next thing. By week 3, this is so, yeah.
Do you know how long the pregnancy term is?
I don't for a sheep. You can look it up though. So this is so delicate that I'm trying to slice just the skin, but it ended up tearing a little bit more than I wanted it to. I'm also, I already pulled the abdomen. So I'm gonna use the scissors. Okay. That way. All right.
It says 152 days.
Okay. Does it give you stages of sheep development, of embryo development? Okay. All right, so now I'm going to try to go into its head. What would you expect to be in the cranial cavity, the head cavity? Brain? Do we expect to see brain? Okay. Undeveloped brain? Okay. So where we talk about too about needing to be ambidextrous. So that tissue, because there's a big vessel right here, that black part, that's what I can't get through. That's a vessel. And then this part, yeah, is all that is what would be the brain tissue. Do we think there's an eyeball in there yet? Yes, no, maybe so. Thumbs up if you think there's an eyeball. Thumbs down if you think there's not going to be. Up if you think there's going to be an eyeball. Thumbs down if you don't. Up, eyeball, thumbs down if you don't. Up for yes, down for no. Okay, let's see. Hopefully I can do this light enough. I feel like this was like the whale when they were trying to slice its eye. Not yet. It's like still connected to it. Like I can't get a good like skin to eye layer. So it's still developing under there. Anything else we want to look at with this piece? Okay. Reproductive organs. So here, if I go back to the abdominal cavity. So that was its umbilical cord. It's right here. And then it goes in. So this was all umbilical cord. You guys can see that, right? Yes? Okay, cool. And then here, those like little kidneys. Mrs. Ritter?
Yes. Yeah.
So there's the kidneys, and then wouldn't that be the adrenal gland then that's on top of them? Or is this themselves the kidney? See how there's that little, there's two different things I'm seeing. I'm seeing this elongated piece, and then I'm seeing that bright white tissue. Yes, ma'am.
Are those the intestines right where you're touching?
This little wibbly wobbly, that giant fluff,
There's
that,
like stuff underneath it.
let's see. That's not formed yet. I'll look into that. So, but we all see that piece? Okay. Because I don't think that's the ovaries. Would it be ovaries, Mrs. Ritter?
I don't think so. I think it's kidneys.
Kidneys.
Especially by the way one's higher than the other.
So the little nubbins are the kidneys, though, not this.
Correct.
Okay, so then I don't know what those are. All right, so now let's take a look at, and then you guys can see the spine behind, right? So there's the vertebra still in there. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at this. So this was in the abdomen. So if I flip it over, so I have two lobes. So I'm thinking this might, these two darker pieces might be the liver and or like, I'm thinking liver because you have to process your blood. But I'm just pulling this out of my hat, guys. I really don't know. So don't like be like, my teacher in medicine said that. Nope. I have no idea. I'm just making a guess. And then you have the inside pink flesh. Because this can also turn into the intestines unless these are intestines. Oh no, there's intestines. Oh my god, they're so tiny. I like had a squint. Whoop! Hold on. There they are. Do you see little? Whoop. Wrong way. There we go. I'm driving. I can drive, I swear. Okay. So do you see itty bitty teeny tiny? There's some intestines. I'm not sure if all this other white tissue, like, I'm not really sure what that dense stuff is. Or what this, maybe there's like a stomach and a spleen in there. But I don't know because it's so tiny, I can't tell. Up, down, sideways. All right, go ahead and start to fill out your L for your learned column. And we can talk about what we learned. Yes, Harrison. Yes, sir. So start filling out your L, and then we'll talk about what we've learned.
I'm gonna let them go.
Yeah. And then we got to find out what these are, Mrs. Ritter.
What?
These nodules.
Placentomes.
What's a placentome?
They have a weird way of attaching the placenta.
It's just like, cool. All right.
Okay, so for those of you who hung out with us, you are now dismissed. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.
Where'd my other fetus go? It's not something you hear every day. There's one. Oh, there it is. Nope. Yeah, where is it?
Can I take a drink?
Yes. There it is. Okay. All right, Mrs. Ritter, can you give me when you're done with that, can you give me the bucket so I can start to clean up? Thank you.
Can I just take this cord?